In 2017, Judy and I revisited the town of Folsom in northeast New Mexico, where George McJunkin came to live, a man who has since become a hero to me. Around 1995, I was taken by a story in Natural History magazine which led me to write a song about George McJunkin, who accomplished amazing things in his short life, things which wouldn't ordinarily be expected from an ex-slave. Against all odds, he taught himself to read, and he read voraciously. He became an expert horseman and cowboy, and became the first black foreman of a white-owned ranch, the Crowfoot Ranch in a valley near Folsom. He played music. He taught the white ranchers' children what he had learned about biology, astronomy, archaeology, and the collection of bones he kept in his home. After a catastrophic flood, which killed 17 people in Folsom, he rode out to find the cattle which had escaped in the erosion beneath a barbed wire fence, and he discovered, exposed by the flood in the arroyo wall, ancient bison bones, which he recognized from his studies. Within the bones was embedded a spear point. Years later, this was identified as a sign that Native Americans had lived here up to 5,000 years longer than was previously believed. George McJunkin had discovered the Folsom Man. We met the owner of the Folsom Museum, Matt Doherty, a descendant of one of McJunkin's employers. He also owns the Folsom Hotel, where George spent his last days surrounded by his friends. Matt offered to let us look around as he told us tales of the old broken-down building. Here he related the story of the capture, wounding, and death of Black Jack Ketchum, who was kept there under house arrest.
At the same time he did, and he missed the conductor, and the conductor shot him in the elbow. And
Wow.
And yeah, I'll get out of your way so you can shoot it.
Matt offered to let us go up to the second floor, to the very room where McJunkin died. He said that very little has been moved or changed since that day in 1922. I have to confess the goosebumps that grew up on my skin as we walked down the hall to the room. Then it was time to drive out to the cemetery. We'd visited the grave before, but this time I wanted to play my song for George McJunkin. The moment was made more poignant when I found myself accompanied by the song of a western meadowlark. George McJunkin was Shoeboy's son, born to slavery in 51. Down the arroyo where the flash flood ran, he found some bones and the Folsom Man. Apprenticed to his blacksmith daddy, saddled with a chocolate hide, George McJunkin was a rebel who taught himself to read and to ride. When the Yankee soldiers freed him, he left and never said a goodbye. Hoofing it hard across Texas, he caught a stray mule to ride. As a cowboy, George knew no equal, riding up the long cattle drive, roping his way into legend and reading at night neath the sky. He settled down in a valley when the echoes of slavery had gone, working as a white man's foreman on the high desert dry Cimarron. George McJunkin was Shoeboy's son, born to slavery in 51. He saved the life of a soldier who granted a gift in return. The brass telescope hung proudly with his rope and his books and his gun. He studied the stars in the heavens, wondered where had the dinosaurs gone, learned about the flowers and fossils and the light and the mockingbird's song. George made a gift of his learning and passed every bit of it down. He played the guitar and the fiddle and was loved as a friend in the town. He never knew what he found there on the Crowfoot Arroyo that day, in the sands, the point of a hunter whom time had long hidden away. Horse and telescope, books and gun, George McJunkin was Shoeboy's son. Here is a song worth singing. Here is a tale to be told about a true American cowboy, a hero of pure black and gold. In 1922 he lay dying among friends in the Folsom Hotel. They read from his books till their parting. He took to his freedom so well. George McJunkin was Shoeboy's son, born to slavery in 51. And down the arroyo where the flash flood ran, he found some bones in the Folsom Man. George McJunkin was Shoeboy's son.